WWE promos that went off script and became awkward. Batista melts down on Triple H, "Give me what I want." But maybe take a breath. In 2019, Batista made a return to WWE and went head-to-head with Triple H in a face-to-face promo. Now fans were hyped for the confrontation. It had been building for weeks. When Batista finally got on the mic, things took a weird turn. Instead of calmly making his case, he just started yelling the same line over and over.
"I'm in control here, and you're gonna give me what I want. You know what it is. Give me what I want.
Give me what I want, and not just once. He repeated it again and again, getting louder and angrier each time. At first, the crowd reacted with excitement, but the more Batista yelled, the more confused people got. Was he acting? Was he actually angry? Was this part of the script, or did something go wrong? Even Triple H looked unsure about how to respond. What was supposed to be an intense, dramatic promo ended up feeling more like a meltdown. Internet had a field day, turning it into countless memes. And while the storyline moved forward, that moment stuck out, not for being powerful, but for being kind of awkward. Batista got what he wanted eventually, but not without going viral for all the wrong reasons. Booker T drops an R-rated slip, a live mic, and a big mistake, so this one's rough. Back in WCW, Booker T was cutting a promo on Hulk Hogan. He was fired up, full of energy, talking trash like wrestlers do, but in the middle of it, accidentally said a racial slur. And yeah, it was live. The moment it left his mouth, you could see it hit him like a truck. His face dropped. He grabbed his head, and you could tell he immediately knew he messed up. It wasn't something he meant to say.
"Coming for you, nigga!"
I should point out for the record, Stevie Ray, look at this. Take a look.
It just slipped out in the heat of the moment, and that's what made it even more uncomfortable. The crowd didn't even react right away. It was like everyone froze. The clip still gets shared online, and even though it's been decades, it always sparks conversation. WWE's tried to bury it, but fans don't forget moments like that. Honestly, it didn't ruin his legacy. Booker's still a Hall of Famer, a multiple-time champ, and a respected voice today. But that moment, it showed just how real and unpredictable things can get when the mic is live. Roman Reigns gets owned by Cena. It's called a promo kid. Ouch. Man, this one was awkward. So Roman Reigns is in the ring with John Cena for a contract signing, right? Big segment, high stakes. Roman starts talking, and then he just blanks. You can see it. He totally forgets his lines. And before he can even recover, Cena jumps in and calls him out hard. He goes,
"It's called a promo kid,
Shut your
and
mouth,
if you want to
John.
be the big dog, you're going to have to learn how to do it, so go ahead."
"It's called a promo, kid. If you're going to be the big dog, you better learn how to do one." And the crowd loses it. You could actually hear people gasping and laughing at the same time. Roman was just standing there trying to keep it together, but you could tell he was rattled. It didn't feel like a scripted moment. Cena looked like he was genuinely frustrated. And honestly, he wasn't wrong. Roman was still kind of rough on the mic back then, but the way it went down, it felt like a live burn, not a wrestling promo. Props to Roman, though. He bounced back eventually. But in that moment, Cena completely owned him, and it was uncomfortable to watch. That's live TV for you. CM Punk's pipe bomb gets too real. When a promo feels too honest. All right, let's talk about the pipe bomb. CM Punk sat down at the top of the ramp in 2011 and just went off. Like really off. He started calling out Vince McMahon, John Cena, Triple H, and even the entire WWE system. And the wild part? A lot of what he said wasn't scripted. It didn't feel like a promo. It felt like a guy who had finally snapped and was saying everything he'd been holding back for years. He even broke the fourth wall, name-dropping guys like Colt Cabana and mentioning backstage politics. At one point, WWE literally cut his mic off because it was getting too real. Fans went nuts for it. It was raw, honest, and completely different from anything else on TV at the time. But behind the scenes, it definitely made things uncomfortable. Some people backstage were pissed. Others were just shocked it even aired. That promo changed Punk's career, and honestly, it changed WWE too. But you could tell this wasn't acting. This was real frustration, real emotion. And it was a little uncomfortable because you knew he actually meant it. Brie Bella crosses the line. "I wish you died in the womb." Yikes. This one got dark real quick. So Brie and Nikki Bella were in the middle of a heated feud, and they were cutting a promo in the ring. Pretty standard stuff, until Brie drops the line,
"I wish you died in the womb."
"I wish you died in the womb." The second she said it, the whole arena went quiet. No boos, no cheers, just silence. You could literally feel how uncomfortable the crowd was. Even Nikki looked stunned, like she didn't know that line was coming. And honestly, it was just too much. Yeah, wrestling storylines can get intense, but that one crossed a line. There's building drama, and then there's making people feel weird watching it. This did the second one. Fans still talk about it, not because it was a great moment, but because it just felt wrong. It's one of those lines that makes you go, wait, did she really just say that? And the worst part is, it didn't even help help the storyline. It just made the whole thing feel nasty instead of entertaining. Sid Vicious forgets they're live. Can we do it again? Nope. Okay, this one is a classic. So Sid Vicious is cutting this intense promo. He's trying to come off all serious and intimidating. But mid-sentence, he stumbles over his words, gets flustered, and then just casually asks,
How do you address those skeptics?
Well, the skeptics and all the people have a little bit of... Let me do this again.
Oh, it's live, Hal.
Sorry.
Can we do it again? Problem is, they were live. Without missing a beat, his opponent, Mean Gene Okerlund, hits him with, "We're live, pal." And boom, the whole illusion falls apart. The fans at home, the ones in the arena, everyone knew instantly that Sid messed up. It was supposed to be a powerful promo moment, but instead it turned into one of the most awkward flubs ever. And to be fair, it happens. Talking live in front of thousands of people, trying to remember your lines, it's not easy. But man, the way he broke character like that was just hilarious and kind of painful to watch at the same time. That one moment has lived on forever in wrestling blooper reels. Every time you see it, you cringe a little, but also can't help but laugh. Stephanie McMahon versus the crowd, when the boos drown out the boss. So this happened during one of those times WWE was really trying to get Roman Reigns over with the fans, and honestly, the crowd just wasn't buying it. Stephanie McMahon came out to cut a promo hyping Roman up, trying to rally support, but the audience, they completely turned on her. The boos were so loud she could barely get a word in. She tried to keep going, but you could tell she was flustered. She had to scream just to be heard, and even then the crowd kept drowning her out. It was pure chaos. And that's the thing about live crowds. If they're not feeling it, they'll let you know. No script can save you at that point. Stephanie's usually great at staying in control, but in this case, the audience completely took over the segment. It was one of those rare moments where WWE lost control of the narrative. And whether you love or hate Roman, you can't deny it was super awkward to watch someone struggle that hard to win back a crowd that just wasn't having it. The Rock forgets the city. Finally, The Rock is in the wrong place. Even The Rock, one of the best talkers in wrestling history, can mess up. So he comes out to do one of his classic promos, finally, The Rock has come back, then it stands out even more because everyone expects perfection. It wasn't the end of the world, but it was definitely one of those yikes moments that reminded everyone. Live TV is unpredictable, even for the best in the business. Edge and Lita's segment derails, so this one was already controversial before it even started. WWE had Edge and Lita doing a live sex celebration segment after Edge won the title. Yeah, it was exactly as awkward as it sounds, but then the crowd took it to a whole other level. Fans started chanting, "She's got herpes." Out. Lita tried to stay in character, but you could see it. She cracked. She laughed, broke the moment, and the whole segment just fell apart. It was supposed to be edgy and push boundaries, but instead, it turned into a complete mess. You could tell Lita was uncomfortable, Edge didn't really know how to recover, and the whole thing just came off weird and embarrassing. It's one of those segments WWE probably wishes never happened. The fans took control, the performers lost the moment, and instead of being memorable in a good way, it just became one of those, why did they think this was a good idea situations. Joey Styles shoots on Jerry Lawler. This wasn't scripted. It was personal. Now this wasn't acting. Joey Styles, who was usually the quiet commentator type, came out and absolutely went off on Jerry Lawler during a live promo. And it wasn't your usual trash talk, got personal. He called Lawler a washed-up suck-up who only kept his job by kissing Vince McMahon's ass backstage. You could literally feel the air get sucked out of the room. Lawler looked shocked, like he didn't know it was coming. Honestly, he probably didn't. This wasn't part of some planned storyline. This was a legit shoot. Joey had real frustration, and he let it all out live with no filter. It was raw, uncomfortable, and super tense. Moments like this are rare in WWE because the company usually keeps things tightly controlled. But here, the gloves were off, and the reality behind the scenes came bursting through the curtain. Whether you agreed with Joey or not, one thing's for sure. This wasn't scripted, and that's what made it so powerful and awkward. Wrestling is all about stories, big personalities, and hype. But sometimes, the most real moments are the ones that aren't planned. These off-script promos were messy, unexpected, and completely unscripted, and that's what made them unforgettable. Some were funny, some were super awkward, and a few even went too far. But that's the thing with live WWE. You never know what's going to happen when emotions run high and the mic is live. Which moment made you cringe the most? Or was there one you actually liked? Let us know in the comments. And if you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the bell so you don't miss any more crazy wrestling moments. There's a lot more coming.